Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander.
And welcome to another episode of our card spotlight series in which I highlight a card that I think should see more play in Commander. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. And today we're going to be talking about Jaheira, Friend of the Forest. For 2 colorless and 1 green, it's a legendary creature, human elf druid 2/3 with tokens you control, have tap, add green, and choose a background, which means that this can be your commander as long as you pair it with a background card. Today we're not going to be evaluating this card as a commander, since in general I think it's much better in the 99, and boy is it good in the 99. It's incredibly powerful and fits into so many different decks, and yet it is only in 4% of all decks. It's a cheap card to get. You can get it for about $2, which is really very cheap, so that's not the reason why this isn't that played. I am honestly quite confused because, as I've said in a bunch of recent videos, the current Commander meta has a lot of tokens in a lot of different decks. Even decks that aren't necessarily focused around tokens are running fairly high numbers of tokens with stuff like power stones, treasures, food, blood, clues, all sorts of different things. Even regular creature tokens benefit from this. It can't be overstated how powerful this effect is. It's basically turning all of your tokens into moxes with summoning sickness. That's an incredibly powerful effect. The amazing thing, and the reason she's so powerful, is that you can drop her as the last card in a chain and essentially allow all of the tokens that are already in play to suddenly tap for a bunch of mana, allowing for you to do some really explosive things. The mana is only green, which does restrict it a little bit, and it means it's not quite as good in decks that are 3+ colors, but there's so many decks where this is powerful. Its synergy with treasures is also really interesting, because turning treasures into permanent ramp cards is again very strong, because the issue with creature tokens is they are fairly easy to kill. Treasure tokens are marginally harder to kill than creatures, which means that they can stick around for longer if this is in play and your opponent doesn't have a way to deal with it. Getting to use treasures repeatedly instead of having to sacrifice them is a huge deal. So I've seen this pull a lot of work in lots of different decks. Obviously it's fantastic in something like Chatterfang, but that deck is already broken anyway, so there's not much to say about that. It's very good in some of the recent Lord of the Rings food-based decks, because giving all of your food tokens the ability to tap makes them so much better, and foods are usually pretty average. One of my favorite uses for this though has got to be in the Most Dangerous Gamer, because this just turns all of the attractions that are usually just sticking around doing nothing into mana rocks, which is incredibly powerful when it allows you to ramp out your X spells. I just think this card fits in many more decks than just regular token decks. If you have just about 10 cards that make tokens, then this can be really solid. Even if you have only 1 or 2 tokens in play, this is still providing a pretty decent mana boost. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel. And until next time, take care. Woo!